Good morning, everyone. So today I want to jump on here and talk about what health coaching has done for me. I've talked a lot about what it's done for, like what our program has done for me health wise and for our family, but I haven't talked as much about what the coaching side has done. So, first point is my why. My why is to help change the world, and I found that I haven't found anything better to do that than this program. I've tried many different avenues in the past, and nothing was really getting me the momentum or anything that I wanted or that I needed to change the world. And this plays directly into that. I've seen more success with this program than anything else by far in my life, and creating sustainable change. I mean, you see the before and afters I share. It's absolutely insane what it does for people, and it ties directly into my why. It's what helps. It's one of the things that gets me up in the morning, is reminding me this is what I'm here for. This is my why. This is my path to get there. Comparing it to, many of you know I've been in the personal training industry for years now, for about 6 years, and while I do love personal training, as for creating long-term sustainable health, not just like weight loss and then all right, bye, or strength and stuff like that. It doesn't, I'll be honest, it doesn't compare. I still enjoy personal training. I still train a couple clients at the gym, and I have a couple online personal training clients, which is great for strength and stuff. I love training people for like powerlifting style training, weightlifting, things like that. That people that enjoy lifting. But as far as just the 95% of the population that doesn't really care for the gym and stuff as much, that just wants to just overall better health and lose weight and be there for their kids, and being able to get up off the couch easier and being able to get off medications and whatever, just overall quality of life, nothing compares. I've struggled for years as a personal trainer, changing lives, and many times I would even when I did help people, and I did help a lot of people, but when I did, a lot of times once they stopped training, they would just fall off the wagon and stop working out and stop eating better and all these different things. And it wasn't covering all the different aspects of health that it needed to be. And they were relying on me instead of relying on themselves. But now I am able to empower people, to guide them instead of push them. I guide them into creating long-term sustainable health, and they get better results, and it's sustainable, and they're able to maintain that for the rest of their lives. And so it ties directly into my why. The next one is time freedom. Back when I was director of personal trainers, I was overseeing some gyms, and it got to the point I was working because of my hours that I was at the gym, and my wife's hours, we hardly saw each other. And it got to the point it was getting really stressful, because I would get home late at night. We would word vomit on each other of what our day was like, and then we'd go to bed. And then that was it. And then we saw each other on the weekends, but even the weekends I was constantly stressed out because I was worried about the gym. I was always worried about numbers and all this stuff. I liked a lot of the trainers, I liked a lot of the clients, but it wasn't tying enough into my why, because I could only help people in that building, in that gym, versus now I can help anyone anywhere. I've been able to help people from my hometown where I grew up, people that I went to school with since kindergarten. I've been able to impact their lives, and that means the world to me, because I'm not only helping a lot more people, but I'm helping people that I've known forever, that I could not have done that in the gym. They're 3 hours away. I've helped people in all over the world. Or all over the U.S. I haven't had anyone in other countries yet, but I'm sure I will. But all over the U.S. that I couldn't have helped before. So on top of that, with the time freedom, I'm able to see my family more now. Because of it, back in January, I was able to leave the full-time salary position because of the financial side, which I'll get to too. But I was able to step down and go back to part-time personal training, so I can spend more time with my family and doing this. And then over time, this has become my main source. And I'm able to do so much more. I'm able to be home now most days, all day. And that's huge. Keeping Clark home on Tuesdays Mondays and Thursdays, I'm home all day, but I still take him to daycare so I can get some things done. But on Tuesdays, when I keep him home and we just kind of hang out all day, it's absolutely amazing. And I decide when I work. Like I decide what amount of work I put in and when I do it. And it's so freeing on the time side because I can do what I want. I'm my own boss. I decide how much work I put in. From the financial freedom side, the whole reason I was able to leave that full-time salary position was because of this program. If it wasn't for the income from this, there's no way I could have left that. And back in May, some things happened. And if it wasn't for me have already leaving that position, I wouldn't have had that position anymore at all anyway. And then I wouldn't have had the extra income because I wouldn't have had this as much, and I wouldn't have had the personal training that I was doing part-time at the time. So I don't know how we would have paid our bills had I not taken that leap, courage over fear, and made the choice to leave that job in January. I don't know how we would have paid our bills. And because of this, it saved us in so many ways. And long-term, the potential for our financial freedom. Like I had big goals over the next 5 years and for our family, and I would not have had those goals. Those goals would not have been attainable based on what I was making before. But now I have I can see that dream come true in the future, and it's super exciting. Because now like the sky's the limit. Well, not even, beyond. Before there was a cap, there's no cap anymore. It also helped us get our house. If it wasn't for coaching, like we wouldn't have had the income or anything, or like we would have been like, oh, there's no way that we're going to be able to afford to move, and we're able to buy a bigger house for our family, which is growing, which is another part of it. We have Bruce coming in February, and that wouldn't be the case because of the time. Back to the time freedom, because of our hours that we were working, we had contemplated even last year potentially having another baby, and we're like, we don't have time. We I felt bad enough with Clark because I was hardly seeing him, and we were like, we're going to have to wait until something changes before we could have another baby. And because of this and me being able to leave the other job in January and having more time freedom, we finally got to the point where we could. And Stephanie got healthy to where she could even be pregnant again. So we wouldn't, if it wasn't for the health coaching, this is crazy. If it wasn't for health coaching, we wouldn't even have our second son on the way. That's huge. The accountability, I guarantee you, I would not be eating as healthy. I wouldn't be focused on my sleep as much. I wouldn't have jumped on our program myself had it not been for coaching and seeing what this can do for people, and then realizing what it could do for me as well, my own health. If I hadn't coached, if we hadn't done that, if Stephanie had just done program and then we just stopped there, I wouldn't be as healthy as I am now. And not just physically, mentally as well. We have so much great meeting, what we call video chats, like Zooms and stuff like that, weekly as coaches, and we're surrounded by this amazing community of people. And like on the client side, we already have an amazing community, but it's like that times 10 on the coaching side. And I get to hear from all these amazing leaders and amazing people that just care about people and have the same goals as me. They just want to change the world. They just want to impact some lives. And it's helped me. And I see how emotionally open they are. And it's caused me to open up about my own emotions as well and pour into people and be just open and honest and authentic about how I feel. For years, I bottled that stuff up. And if it wasn't for coaching, I would still be doing that. I wouldn't know what my goals were. I wouldn't be talking to people about how I feel. Even with my wife, it got better with our marriage because of it, because of all the amazing things that I hear, the personal growth overall. A lot of the things that I talk about, in fact, the whole, like, these lives were inspired by coaching. I don't have to do these lives. These lives aren't part of our program. It really doesn't have much, like, anything to do with it. Like, I want to pour into people what I've been poured into. A lot of the things that I talk about, I've heard directly from what I've learned of being a coach, and plus some of the books I've read and stuff. And I just want to share that with people, just like our coaches share it with us, because we get all of our coaching for free, like all of our, like, meetings and stuff like that, all our development. So, like, I want to pass that on to people as well. I don't get paid for these lives or anything. Like, this is all me. I don't have to do these. No one's forcing me to do it. I don't have to. But I want to pour into other people, and I want to build that community and share that community with others, just like I've had the privilege of having since we've been coaching. And then just how much it's just shaping our future. Like, I can't stress it enough of how much this is shaping our future and how many lives we're impacting. I did my live about my New Year's resolution of helping 100 people in 2020, which is going to be extremely doable. I could not have done that before with what I was doing before. And being able to impact lives and see what this does for my clients and for my coaches, seeing how my coaches develop as well in their own health and how they're helping others and everything is huge. I was listening to one of our great trainings last night, and we had a coach on who was talking about how she was able to buy her dream home this year. And not only, and plus, like, and they always talk, like, the main thing is, like, all the lives we change. But part of her story was she was not only able to buy her dream home, and at this point she literally started crying in the video, but she said she had 3 of her coaches who were able to buy their dream home. So she was able to pass that on, because we want to live our best lives. And I want other people to live their best lives and see what's possible. We give up on our hopes and our dreams too often. Like, why? I hear from people all the time that are tired of their jobs, like tired of just making ends meet, and tired of, like, feeling like they're trapped and it's hopeless. Like, oh, I'm just going to work this job until I retire because I'm just stuck here. I can't do anything else. It's like, no, there are other options for you. Like, it doesn't matter what your goals are. Like, we have 4 things that we want people to do to be a good coach. Number 1 is love people. Number 2 is be coachable and teachable. Number 3 is to be on trainings. Don't catch them live. You watch them recorded. And number 4 is just work on your personal health. That's it. Like, anyone can do this as long as you love. The main thing is love people. And you can coach just like I am, and pour into people and share, like, just the gift of health, the physical health, the mental health, the financial health, everything is just absolutely incredible. And I'll never do anything else. I already know that. I'm never gonna have a boss again. I work for myself, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I didn't think I would be before. I mean, personal training, I was sort of, like, in a way, but not really. But I decide my future. You decide your future. What do you want to accomplish? No one else decides that for you. If you're in a job with a boss and you don't like that, you can always leave. You can always go find something else. It might start as a side hustle. It might start as a part-time thing, but it can always grow from there. Whether it's health coaching like I'm doing or something else, you can, like, follow your passions. Please don't give up on your dreams. We only get one life. This isn't a practice round. I urge you to make 2020 your best year yet. Write out a plan of how you're going to do that and get cracking. Start on it now. Don't even wait till the 1st. I know Christmas is in a few days. I don't care. Do something today. Might be 5 minutes. Work on something. Write it down. But we only get one shot. Make it count.